Welcome to the house next door
with Barbara Giglio
and Anthony Harris,
where real estate meets reality.
For whatever reason, we decided to drink during the last 2 episodes.
because it's been hard.
It's been a hard year.
The last one was hard.
We had 17 interruptions. So we just decided to break out the wine.
And the guy installing the swing, the dogs running across the yard.
The dogs running. My son, everything. It's all been craziness. Okay.
So welcome back to the house next door.
So we're on our last episode
of 2020. This is our first season of 2025.
Yes, our last episode of our first season.
That's
last episode of the year. And our last Christmas episode. So yeah, this has been
crazy.
It's been a wild year.
We got into this about 6 months ago.
Yes, 6 months ago we had that first conversation about, hey, what do you think about doing a podcast?
And here we are.
And there's so much involved, folks, in doing a podcast, especially if you're not like paying people to help you with it and you're working it out on your own.
Ours is pretty good, though.
Yeah.
I think for being free.
Yeah, I mean, it's not free.
Yeah, we spend some money.
We spend money on it, but we do it all ourselves, which is really actually very
gratifying.
gratifying.
If we had a producer.
It would be a lot easier.
But would it? I feel like we'd still go into the studio and do the same.
Yeah, we probably would. But yeah, it's been a crazy year. So Anthony and I both have had major moves this year. So Anthony, you moved to
San Marcos, back into my house.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we've talked about that, right?
Well, and now you have a friend. You have a pet. Your possum?
Oh, yes.
Paul
the possum.
Yes.
I was like, what pet?
You're like, I don't have a pet.
How drunk are you?
I'm not drunk at all.
I was like, what pet? Yes, Paul the possum. So I have a Ring camera on my front door. Well, it's not. I have one on my front door, but I have one of the floodlights. And so every night at 11 p.m., Paul the possum comes pawing around.
Oh, that is so
and
cute.
He just wobbles around. He has his little path. He goes right next to the garage door. Then he goes right and then goes into my neighbor's front yard. And I can see him on the camera.
Possums are really good.
Yeah.
They don't carry rabies generally because of their body temperature is too low to carry the disease or something. I mean, I'm not an expert, but that's my scientific.
We can act like it, though.
That's my scientific Googling that I have done because my dogs have eaten a possum. Oh. And so I had to make sure that they weren't rabid, and should I take them in or not? And I called the vet the next morning. They're like, no, they don't really carry rabies because their body temperature is so low.
Interesting.
Which is good. And they're really good. They're pest control. They're great for the environment.
I think they like bugs.
Yes, they eat bugs. So they're really, so I was very mad that my darling bears ate.
He gets up.
Yeah, he did. My dog is part of this podcast today.
Guilty as charged.
And I was very upset with them. I couldn't look at them for a couple of days.
They're so cute. I'll have to show you a video. Okay. He comes every night.
Well, I love that. So Anthony had a big move. I had a big move, which we talk about. Yes. And that's half the reason we met this year. Anthony and I met this year. I feel like we've been friends for a million years.
And it's only been a year.
It
was business development of last year.
In January.
Yep.
That we met. And I was moving to your neck of the woods.
This year has flown by.
It has flown by. But how do you feel this year has been real estate-wise? Because I have my opinions.
Challenging. Absolutely challenging.
Yeah.
Crying. No.
Trying and crying. It has been a more challenging year. But there's been some
rewards, for sure. I ended the year last year really strong, and I think that helped me at the beginning of this year. But then, March and April, it
was hard. Well, in March and April, that's curious that you mentioned those particular months because that's when I felt like the market was really cooking in the beginning, like January, February, even early March. March was actually okay. And I just felt like when we were gearing up in January and February, this is going to be a great year.
I did too.
After having some, kind of challenging years since, really real estate has been challenging since
2020. When did COVID happen?
I mean, really 2020, really. I mean, we've had just such major swings from a major, everything stopped when COVID hit. And then it went to this major, seller's market. Then it swung to a buyer's market. And I think it's been chaos.
I think it's uncertainty. There was uncertainty whenever COVID happened. There's
Yeah.
uncertainty now. And we won't get into the politics and all that. But,
Right. Yeah.
but there's just a lot going on in the world where there's uncertain times.
It
And
is it's absolute uncertain times.
Yeah.
None of us know what's happening, and the economy feels a little fragile. I mean,
a little.
Yeah. I was about to say
So
that.
I know we
Yeah.
had a market update
Yeah.
not too long ago, but I really want to say this year we're in a recession. Nobody is calling it a recession, and I don't understand how.
Well, top economists aren't even calling it a recession. They're just calling it a soft
We
softening.
are in a recession. We've
Well,
had major job loss. We've had major slow of the economy of purchasing, selling.
Yeah.
Like the housing market is just very
tougher.
stagnant.
It's tougher.
It's probably declining. I know in Austin it's for sure declining.
Well, it's correcting. It's not necessarily declining. I mean, it is in that we're trying to find that
Happy medium.
that price. That's right, because we were
Mhm.
so inflated. Like we went so high during COVID. Those markets that really got inflated artificially so quickly are the ones that are having to correct the most.
Yeah.
And so that's our market. We're correcting the most. So it feels like a decline, but it was really an artificial incline
But created decline.
that
Yep.
created
Mhm.
this decline.
And same with the job market too.
Yeah.
The job market followed.
It did. You're right.
Whenever during COVID, they were paying people way too much. They were hiring
Yeah.
way too many people because
Yeah.
the business was there. And then as it declines, then it.
Yeah,
then
you
they
have
gotta-
to rectify. Everything is a correction
Yeah.
from kind of a knee-jerk reaction to a global pandemic.
Mhm.
And so we're living that in real estate.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But the good thing is, if you're a buyer or you're an investor, it's a great time to buy real estate. 2025 has been a great time to buy real estate.
Yep.
Yes, rates are a little bit
All-
higher,
But
but historically they're not as high as they have been.
my last finance deal was January of 2025.
Okay, so
It's
most
been
of
all cash.
all cash.
Mostly investors.
Yeah.
And my investors have a lot of money, and that should tell you something. If they're buying, there's a reason.
There's a reason.
Yep.
Because we don't know how long we're going to have this buyer's market. Because if we've learned anything about real estate in these last few years, is that it can change overnight.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And so right now, if you've got the ability to buy or want to buy, it is the time to seize, because there definitely will be a moment where it shifts.
Yep. And at least in Central Texas, where we work,
Yeah.
builders have amazing incentives, amazing deals, especially as we're getting to the year end. So if you're interested in exploring those opportunities, call Barbara or I.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we'll-
There's definitely some good deals to be had. Now,
Yes.
sellers, it's been more challenging.
Yes.
And I think that's been our biggest obstacle this year, is working with our listings and having to, strategize with our sellers a little bit more, where, I know for me, I've talked to my sellers where we're getting ready to list, right? But they're not quite there yet. So 90 days from the time we first quote a price,
Mhm.
so I give them a price in, say, April, but we're not really ready to list until July. And so I don't know if I did the right amount of days, but the number that I gave them is
That's no
very
longer accurate.
different than the number that now, when they're ready to go, and they're frustrated by it. And I'm like, well, I'm frustrated by it too. This market is shifting, and it continues to shift. So the number I give you today is not the number I can necessarily give you 2 weeks from now,
Mhm.
or even 3 weeks from
I
now.
was just having a conversation with a seller, and I pretty much told him the same thing. I was like,
Yeah.
I would love to say 500,000. Based on comps, I think I could reason it, but knowing the market, I can't. We're not there.
We're not there right
And-
now. Yeah.
And I said, this is my advice. This is what I see right now. I don't know where to price your home. I can show you the comps. I can show you the actives, and we can come up with a price.
And we have a cool tool with our
Yes.
company that they just released. So this is something I'm so excited about for 2026. Compass is our brokerage, Realty Austin Compass, and it's called Buyer Demand Tool.
And I use this with him.
Yeah, and not to
sent
plug
him.
not to plug anybody, but I'm really excited about this tool because it will show you how many buyers there are for your home at different prices.
And it uses the address, knowing how many bedrooms and how many bathrooms and how many square footage and all your features that are intertwined into the searches of other agents.
Right.
So
And so we
it's
can see these, we
at
can
a click
see,
of a button.
yeah, a click of a button.
Like,
So we do our comps, right? We're going to still do our comps. We're still doing all of the things that we do, but this is just an extra.
one more enhancement.
This is one more layer where we can say, hey, like you were just saying, comps say it should be 500.
Yep.
But when I pull up the buyer demand tool, we lose 20% of our buyers if we go there.
Yep.
Or 50% of our buyers. So that's such a powerful tool to be able to have because
And it had
we
like
can see that.
3,000 searches. That's a good amount of people.
That's a good amount
and
of people.
that's just based on our Compass agents in Austin.
That's correct.
That's not based on the market, but I think that we give a
It's
good
not based on
representation.
all realtor. It's not based on all brokerages. Yeah.
But I feel like we represent 1/4 of the market share here, so we have a good enough footprint to set the expectation.
I'm sorry. Yes, that expectation
of,
because we do have a strong market share here.
Yep.
And if you're getting 3,000 searches at that price point with just Compass,
then we're
Compass
probably
agent,
getting it
so double that perhaps, or
4 times it. We're 1/4 of the market share.
Exactly. So. And so it's just that extra layer. I'm so excited for 2026 because I feel
we
like
have so many fun, cool tools that have been released this year.
That have been released to help us help our clients
in a struggling market.
In a very,
and
it comes
down
market.
And it comes down to price. If it's priced well, one of our other agents was in a training that I was in the other day, and she said, people are buying deals or diamonds. And I stick by that right now. People are buying deals or diamonds.
Yeah, and it comes down to, I know everybody's like, oh, if you just price low enough, everyone's going to buy it. That's not it. We don't want to just price low. We want a price where our sellers aren't leaving money on the table, but they're also not leaving money on the table because they price too high.
Yeah.
And so it's that delicate balance. And so being able to have some of these really cool tools that our brokerage is rolling out for the next year, it's just going to be so pivotal for us being able to help our clients not leave money on the table, not have too many days on market, and really pinpoint that price that is so hard when you have these shifting markets.
Yeah. Piggyback on that is Compass really listens to us as agents.
They do.
Yeah. And we build the brand. They empower us to do that. And so I'm on the Compass Advisories Council for the Business Tracker is what we call it. That's our platform. We get to come together to work with the product development team to really refine these to make sure that they're meeting the goal of our clients.
Right.
Because they listen to us.
Yeah, they do. They listen to the agent's boots on the ground. And that's why we're able to have some of these really cool tools that as we're leaving 2025 and we're going into 2026, I'm really excited. Even though, yes, our economy is kind of questionable. Are we in a recession? Are we not in a recession? I mean, we have a lot of things that are
helping us to get through it. And
and
people are still buying and selling.
That's
they
the thing.
always will.
People are always buying and selling, and most sellers are buyers.
Yeah.
And so there will always be a time, I talked to another friend of mine she works in law and she does estate law, basically.
Oh, my favorite, probate.
well, in like helping people set up estates for when they pass away. And she's like,
probate.
Everybody's always dying, I never have an issue with that.
Glenda Baker brings up the 4 Ds. It's death, divorce, dependence, and what's the last one? Downsizing.
It's downsizing.
Death, divorce, downsizing, and dependence.
Yeah. Upsizing.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so there's always a pleasure or a pain point, and whatever that may be. And so just because the economy might not be as stable, and just because maybe it's more of a seller's market or more of a buyer's market, people are still needing homes. I mean, I sold my home in one of the toughest markets and bought a home in one of the toughest markets. And I made money on my home and I got a deal on the home I bought. It's just all about weighing that greed. And I hate to say that word, but that's
100% true.
There's a lot of sellers who think that they should be getting so much more. And it's like, put this in perspective. Yeah. There was a time where we were walking away with just, $80,000. And I say just 80,000. That's not chump change after paying all your fees and getting into your next house. But now,
Well, I would even say lower than that. Like like
50?
2015 or so. Like
Yeah.
it was not common to walk away with 100,000.
No, not absolutely not. Now people feel like if they're not making 500,000, they're giving their house away.
Yep.
I'm giving it away. I'm like, you are not giving this away. Let's put all of this in perspective. It's so easy how quickly our perspective can be changed.
Yep.
And so, even in these tough markets, you can make money and buy real estate and end up on top.
And one thing that I just told a seller was, because he kept saying, we're in 2008, we're in 2009. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if we are. Can't say. But one thing I'm going to tell you is that in 2008, a lot of people made a lot of money.
Yeah.
The people that bought homes in 2008 sold them 5 years later at a large profit. So do you want to be part of that group?
And there's also a lot of times people, they've
Felt
been
like a preacher.
right. There's been very successful business people who have started during recessions and depressions, and times where people are fleeing business, they run to the business and they make a lot of money.
Yep.
And there's always risk in real estate.
But it's less risky than stock market. It's
Right.
less risky than other investments.
Starting a business, yeah, it's a good place to put your money.
Yep.
And-
Overall, pretty safe.
It's-
Maybe not in 2 years, but 5 years or more. I would
right,
say.
but most people, and this is what got kind of skewed, is they using their house almost as a lottery ticket. You know, I bought it, and now 4 years later, I want X amount of. Most people live in their homes longer than that. You shouldn't see your home as a lottery ticket.
Yeah, it's your
per
home.
se.
Well,
It's a
and-
long-term investment
And part of us,
that
I think part of-
slowly appreciates.
but also it comes down to it's your home. It's not a business.
Well,
you're
unless-
living there. You'd be paying the same in rent. Like
right, unless you're buying investment properties, right?
exactly.
And so that's a little different, but
And those people see the future though.
the long-term investment. And then,
My investors, a lot of them don't cash flow right off the bat.
right.
And they're focused on the long term
Yeah, exactly.
because they know they can buy a good deal right now.
That's right. And it is a very good deal right now. I mean, this is the time to buy real estate if you can. And
taxes got passed. The
Yes.
homestead exemption
Yes.
increased in the state of Texas, which will help our homeowners.
absolutely.
Sorry, I
no,
just
this is
scroll.
good. There was a lot of
Yes.
good things that passed recently. I mean, as in Tuesday.
Well,
We're filming, yeah.
a month later.
But things that we voted on.
Yep.
And so this year has just been it's been a challenging year, but it's been an interesting year. I know for myself, it's been a very productive year. I've had a very good year in real estate. There's just my clients have taken advantage of the opportunities that they have, and they've sold and made some money, like I said, and bought and gotten deals. And myself, like I said, I bought and sold during this time too, but even though it's been challenging, it's been a very successful year for me.
Yeah. And I feel the same, and not financially, but in other realms.
In other realms, yeah.
And I do think that there needs to be correction, and that's based on the properties and the people that are into the industry. If people are not making money easily, then it gets the unexperienced, unwilling agents out of the market.
Right. We've had to think outside the box a lot this year. Very creative.
And it's very common that me, Barbara, our sales manager, Amanda, whatever, get on a call and just brainstorm. Yeah.
Troubleshoot.
And
Yeah.
that's what it comes down to.
And I was just talking to a client, and we're working through trying to figure out a land deal. And it's like, okay, we got to get creative.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's been the slogan of the year.
It's like, it's doable.
Mhm.
It's just we have to get creative and think outside of the box, and we all have to problem solve. That is hard for some agents who aren't used to that or willing to do that. And sometimes it's not for the big deals. It's for the small deals that we're doing this. But those are some of the most rewarding deals, in particular for this client who's going to start their art studio that they have been dreaming about their whole life. And I'm like, we are going to figure this out. Come hell or high water, we are going to get you this art studio, and we're going to do it this year.
Yes.
And it's not a mega deal. It's not a luxury deal, but it's
Probably your lowest price deal for the year.
it probably is, honestly, and it's going to be the most fulfilling.
Yeah.
It really is. So 2025 has brought in a lot of
Challenges, learning,
creativity,
rewards.
rewards. And I think for a lot of people, it's been a hard, uncertain year. And I think we need to focus on the positive.
Yes.
Because there's so much hate speech. There's so much hate. There's not to get political, because we truly try not to get political. But
it's just the environment that we're
But
in.
we have to address the elephant in the room, that there is so much hate and division in our country and in our media.
Yep.
And we have to turn that around somehow and believe in each other again and support each other again and find the goodness in our humanity and helping our fellow people. I always say I hate people and I hate big cities, right? But I love people.
It's funny because
It's just
like
I
last
hate
week-
crowds.
well, it's funny because like last week I was at HEB and someone blared their horn at me, yelled at me, screamed at me, flipped me off, and I'm like,
so much anger.
we're at the, and I could care less. We're at the freaking grocery store.
Right.
Like, let's be happy you're alive. Like,
Right. There's so much to be grateful for. We don't have to be so competitive. We don't have to be so hateful. It's okay for one person to have an opinion that we don't agree with. Let them have that opinion without all of this violence.
yeah.
And, let's have progression, And so I feel like we really, hopefully going into 2026, because I think we've
we're
all been
gonna-
through it.
And I think we'll see a lot of change.
I hope so.
Overall.
I hope
think,
we just see morale.
yes.
Just human morale get better, where we're like, hey, you know what? I'm not buying into all this. Let's just be there for each other. And I know this is getting a little off topic from real estate, but
What
it
was our
isn't.
theme? What was our theme?
Saying goodbye to 2025.
Well, we are.
So we are. We're
Yep.
saying goodbye to
And
2025.
hello to 2026.
2026, where we've got these great tools going into 2026. We've got some, struggles that we're saying goodbye to, but also some monumental life changes of moving. You moved, I moved, my mom moved. It's the first time in 20 years
You had
I'm
a
in the
foster
same
dog
town as
for
her.
2 weeks.
I had a foster dog. Craig and I are so happy being
Paul
out in
the possum.
Smithville. You got this. My dogs eat the possum. It's been a very, very pivotal
Yes.
year.
And
I think, for both
I've
of
seen
us.
a lot of growth in myself.
Yeah.
This year. And, professionally a little bit. But really in myself and just preparing for the future.
Sometimes we have those building years
Yeah.
where it's not about how much money we make. It's not about how much production we do,
Our adjusted.
our adjusted production.
What keeps us up at night.
Yeah, it's more about how we
Prepare for the future.
Yeah, and sometimes we take years where we build our business a little bit more. Like
Yep.
this year is the first year I'm paying for Zillow.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I never paid for Zillow. Now I have been a Zillow agent where I was with a brokerage where there's Zillow Flex, and you take Zillow calls, right? And these are leads.
I think, should we explain how Zillow works to our audience?
Yeah. Well, Zillow's a complicated beast
Yeah.
in our
And-
industry.
Well, and I guess most of our audience is probably agents, so they probably know. But we can go into a little
Yeah.
snippet of it.
So Zillow,
Love it or hate it.
love it or hate it, they're part of our industry. They're a disruptor. And they have these estimates that are not correct. They don't have access to real data. And so many people think that that's the value of their home, or that should be the value of their home, and that really isn't. Us professional realtors have the tools and the expertise to tell you.
I don't think we'll ever get there. There's so many variables that go into a house. Like, how can a AI bot essentially tell
Yeah.
you that we go there and we know the roof needs replaced, and that's going to be $20,000?
There's so many elements that goes into pricing a house. Even Zillow doesn't believe in those estimates.
That's true. We just saw a video
Yeah. and
that even one of their executives sold 40%, 40%
below
under
his
their
estimate. Yeah.
So here we are.
Here we are. But Zillow does hold a huge market share in terms of their search engine. And so what they do,
They're a marketing company.
they're a marketing company. So, and they've got a search engine that a lot of people use and like. And so I have always been a referral agent, 100% referral agent using my sphere. But moving to a new area, you kind of have a way where, yes, I'm still connected to where I used to work and all that good stuff, but I'm in a new area and I want to branch out to this new area. So I decided, let's do Zillow leads and see how that goes. So I paid for Zillow leads.
And so
for
every time a consumer goes on and says they want to look at a house, that
contact
gets,
agent.
Yes, contact agent. It gets filled to a Zillow representative, right?
But they most of the time the
It's
consumer
automated.
thinks that they are
Calling the listing agent.
and they're
never,
not. Did you see that Saturday Night Live skit with oh gosh, the guy from Schlitz Creek? And he's talking about Zillow. Oh my gosh. I'll have to play it for you. But it's like, at one point, it's like, if you got really serious, you can hit the button, call agent. And then it's like, hi, it's Barb from blah, 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 blah. And it's hilarious. And that's basically what we are when we pick up the phone.
They pay per call, essentially. Kind of.
And so, you pay XYZ for these leads. And then
and they're expensive.
Yeah, they're not cheap. And then you go and you try to help these people.
This season, I feel like I need to get close to the mic.
And so my problem is I'm not used to being a leads agent. I'm used to being a referral agent. So when my phone calls come
and they
through,
already know you, trust you, and like you.
Yes.
If it's 50% or 100%. But
my problem is you are on call 24/7 when you're a Zillow agent.
And that includes when you're on the toilet, when you're in the shower, when you're
on
doing
the airplane.
Yard work, on the airplane.
Yes. When you're asleep. And so when you get up to go get a snack,
when you're scooping dog poop,
and if you miss a call, it counts against you.
So imagine this: what industry do you spend money in to get penalized if you don't do what they want?
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's a very good point, and it frustrates me.
You get penalized for spending money and not doing what.
Right, and sometimes you're showing a house with a Zillow lead, and you get a Zillow call, and you can't take it, and you get penalized.
Yeah.
So I don't know that this is a business model that works for me.
But we're going to find out in 2026. And
we're
there's
going to find out.
And there's a lot of agents that it does, and there's a lot of agents that it doesn't.
I'm testing it out in small markets because the markets that are really successful with Zillow are Zillow Flex agents, and those are with Flex brokerages,
which they also take a lot of our compensation.
Yes.
So we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, we can't talk about that.
Well, but I was going to, yeah.
We can't talk about that. But it's just a different choice, right?
And different business models. It works for some people.
And I experimented with it this year, and
the verdict is out. We don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't decided if it's a yay or a nay, but I do know like having to be on call 24/7 is a little challenging in that aspect because I have my own business that I'm doing too, and to be penalized when you can't pick up a phone call. I mean, nobody should be expected to be available 24/7 ever.
Yeah.
Ever. And
typically these leads want to see it right now.
Yes, they do. I have no window.
We were going to do an episode on respecting your agent's time. I don't know what
we'll get to that.
Yeah,
but it is one of those things where
that's part of it is
not in an
we're
hour.
Flexible.
Like they want to see it now.
Yeah.
And
I'm in front of the house. I looked it up on Zillow, and I want you to open the door now.
And I'm like, well, can we do it in a couple hours? No.
No, I'm here now.
Can we do it on Monday?
Carol,
no.
Now.
So.
Or yes, and then they never show up.
So different things that we're trying this year.
Some of the features that I'm excited for on Compass is the buyer demand, the reverse prospecting, where we're able to see all the activity on our listings, the listing insights. They're going to include homes.com, Zillow, realtor.com.
These are all great tools that we can bring to our sellers
all these stats.
Year.
And, the more knowledgeable we are as agents, the more we can successfully sell these homes at the best value and
not leaving money on the table, and one of the toughest markets we've seen in a long time.
Yep.
So it is really important who you're partnering with and how you use that technology.
3-phase marketing, that was new this year.
That was
newer,
too.
Like it's been around, but
where
a phrase.
We do a pocket listing first, then we do coming soon, then we put you on the actual market. So this way we have tested the price through 2 off-market marketing, kind of campaigns before you accumulate days on market.
With the largest brokerage in the U.S.
Yeah. So this is where we can test a higher price and say, oh, not responding. Okay, let's adjust again. Not responding.
There's no price changes.
Before we actually get to that price where we're going to put it on the MLS before we have price change.
I have 2 of them right now that we're doing that.
It's amazing. So, it's a wonderful way in a difficult market to have, price a little high, have those adjustments, and not have the public see it.
Mhm.
It's really great.
Yeah. So
Well, we've got some
this
fun
was our last
stuff.
episode, right?
Yes. So, and this is Merry Christmas. Goodbye, 2025.
We'll see you later. No, we won't.
We're gonna be
Bye.
we're gonna be enjoying baking cookies,
Burning down the house. I mean,
burning down the
making
house,
brownies.
making cookies, and all the good things. I spend time with my
Christmas
family.
parties.
Christmas
We
parties.
never even got to our traditions. But
Yeah,
it's fine.
it's fine. We just hang out with our family and have a wonderful time.
So I guess that wraps up our first season.
Yes, our
And
first season.
We're gonna see y'all in February, I think.
Yes, February is going
Mid
to
or
be.
end of February. Be on the
February.
lookout. It'll be on our social medias,
Yes.
on our website, housenextdoortx.com.
And we're going to be incorporating guest speakers for
Yes.
season 2.
Should I talk about one of them? or-
Yeah, absolutely. Let's just tease one.
So we have one of our agents at our office, Mashid, and she's going to be joining us next year on our podcast.
She'll probably be our
And-
first guest speaker.
Yeah. So exciting. And she is a phenomenal realtor. She kind of falls in with us. I say us, Barbara and her.
No,
they
you.
follow.
Yeah.
Well, but y'all got into real estate by accident. And
Yes.
they both started out as apartment locators and I did too, but I had more of the background of real estate. So
And she's also done the Zillow things. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to have new voices coming in. And hopefully we're going to get to a point where you guys can actually ask questions.
Yes!
Well, so Merry
Christmas and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Have a wonderful holiday. Stay safe. And we can't wait to eat lots of cookies. Hug your family. Hug your dogs, your kitty cats.
And if you need any real estate advice or anything in Central Texas, contact Barbara or I and we will figure it out.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to contact us, housenextdoortx.com.
Take care.
All right, until next year. See
Merry
y'all later.
Christmas.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Yes, so please like, subscribe, comment,
Share,
follow.
whatever it might be.
Until next time.